welcome. So first of all, at the start, genuine apologies. I was not able to join yesterday because my internet wasn't working. Technology. And thank you so much, Bijit Bhai, for pitching in. So yesterday we read about the last part of the Murli, about how it started with knowledge. Baba spoke about how you have to be a lighthouse and a might house. And also, interestingly, Baba spoke about how we should make the process of knowledge very entertaining, manoranjan, so that it helps us to chase away laziness. That is, we call alas, albelapan is carelessness. So Baba spoke about that our yoga, our sleep, everything should be in a very natural way. And then he went on to mention something very shocking. Uh, Rather than shocking, I must say he was strict. He was trying to get to the attention that Madhuban is a dome, that whatever you do here, it resonates. And I mean, it echoes around. So even there's a slightest sound in Madhuban, it echoes around. So, like anything up and down which happens in Madhuban, on a big scale, it will echo around at other places. So it's very important. Baba says that if you're a Madhuban resident, you're in a unique dome, and make sure you're very, very careful at everything in Madhuban. And then Baba gave us Yad Pyar, that is love and remembrance. And then Bijit Bhai had covered two personal meetings. So I will not look at those two ones. We'll start from the third one. So I'll just share the screen for you all to see. So here you go now. So you remember these personal meetings are, we have 11 such points for this model today, which means Baba is either meeting, we'll come to know whether it's a party or it's a person. I think it's in 1988. So by this time, it would be parties. I mean, people coming in a group, in a gathering from different places. So the group 3 Baba is meeting. So he's reminding while carrying out every task and keeping yourself stable in the stage of a detached observer, do you experience yourself to be a detached soul who's enabling actions to be performed? So though we say we are detached observer, Baba, but Baba is saying, in that also Baba is saying, do you really experience yourself to be such a detached soul who is enabling actions to be performed? Like we say Karan Karavanhar. We say Baba is Karavanhar and we are the Karanhar. So the other Karan Karavanhar is on the level of the body and I the soul. So I the soul am Karanhar and my body is the Karavanhar. So the stage, I'm sorry, the soul is Karavanhar and the body is doing it, so Karanhar. So the stage of a detached observer constantly makes every task easily successful. The stage of a detached observer is so lovely. A soul who performs actions as a detached observer is always detached and loving to the Father. So it's not only Nyara, but Pyara. So do you have this intoxication that I am an alaukic soul who performs actions with this practice? One who has alaukic experiences and a soul who has an alaukic life. So while performing actions, continue to increase this practice. This practice will then enable you to attain your karmatit stage. In this one point, Baba has said such a bunch of so many things that you start with being a detached observer, and then you have beautiful experiences, intoxication while doing, and then you can attain your karmatit stage. And while constantly increasing this practice and while performing actions, you will remain detached and loving to the Father. And this is called being an elevated soul, Sresht Atma. It was the third group or third point. The fourth group, do you experience being a soul who's overflowing with elevated treasures? So it's all a bonus for us in the points, so many points of knowledge. So next point, elevated treasures, Sresht Khazani. So those who are overflowing with the limitless treasures would have so much spiritual intoxication. So continue to move forward with the spiritual happiness that you are constantly overflowing with all the treasures. So Baba is connected. When you have elevated treasures, you have spiritual intoxication, right? We feel, oh wow, I have so many things. Even in a Lokik perspective, when you have a lot of wealth, you have the intoxication. Intoxication leads to happiness. So treasures, elevated treasures leading to spiritual intoxication, which in turn gives you spiritual happiness. And if you awaken souls with all the treasures and make them your companions, you will become a powerful soul who's always overflowing and will constantly continue to move forward. So you can imagine we reading this are feeling so intoxicated. So in front of Baba, the so and so soul or the party is sitting and getting all this so much of uh, wisdom treasure from Baba in person. You would feel how the state of the that particular soul would be. Fifth, do you always have the awareness in your intellect that the Father is Karavanhar and is making you do everything and that you're just an instrument? So comes the instrument consciousness here. Those who do everything as an instrument always remain light because the Karavanhar Father is responsible. And when you have the consciousness that you are doing something, then you become heavy. Whereas when the Father is making you do it, you remain light. Today's Sakar Murli slogan is also about how to be double light, and the method is have the awareness of the combined form. So there you are, it's the same point. I'm an instrument, and the one who's making everyone move is making me move as well and do everything. And this is known as being a carefree emperor, Befikar Badshah. Therefore, constantly continue to move forward with this method. Karavanhar is making you do everything, and I am just Karanhar. Wonderful. Next. Sixth is you experience being an elevated soul who stays under the canopy of the Father's protection, don't you? So we say canopy of Father's protection means Baap ki chhatra chhaya. Those who stay under this canopy of protection at this time become those who are under the canopy which is over the throne. So Baba says, no, Abhi Chhatra Chhaya, and later it is Chhatradhari. But not Chakradhari. Don't remember Chakradhari. And not even Chakradhari Didi. Chhatradhari, which means on the royal throne in the golden age when they are sitting, there is actually a canopy made up of gold on top of the king and the queen. So you have the happiness that you are a fortunate soul who remains under the canopy of protection now, don't you, at the confluence. And the canopy is the means of safety because anything which we do, if we know that I'm doing it under Baba's protection, the canopy of protection, it's a safety net for me or it's a source of safety for me. No one can come under this canopy, which means no vicious influence or no Maya. And always keep in front of you the picture of you being under the Father's canopy of protection. Next, seventh. Do you always have your spiritual form in your awareness? Brahmins will become angels and angels will become deities. You have solved this riddle, haven't you? So it's a riddle or a puzzle. On day one, when you came to knowledge and when someone told you, oh, you're a Brahmin, so Farishta, so Devta, you were really like, oh, what does this mean? But then now you know, Baba is saying after spending dash, dash, dash years in knowledge and practicing all the four subjects, you know the process. So do you know how to solve riddles? So in a second, become a deity from a Brahmin. So it's just one thought away. And then the deities go around the cycle. So Baba says, do the five forms abhyas, right? Path Swarup ki drill, the drill of five forms. And then become Brahmins and then become deities again. So you always have the riddle of hum so, so hum in your intellect. So those who solve a riddle receive a prize. So you have received a prize, haven't you? Because even in the future, you would not receive what you have received now. So, what you have received as a prize, what have you? That you have found the Father Himself and you now belong to the Father. So, compared to the future kingdom, this attainment is so elevated. So, always continue to move forward with the intoxication and happiness that you are an elevated soul who has won a prize. And always keep the riddle, that is Hum So Soham, and the prize is having found the Father Himself and belonging to Him. So always keep both these, the riddle and the prize, in your awareness, and you will automatically continue to move forward. Next, point 8. Do you experience yourself to be an elevated soul? So actually everything is about elevated soul today. I can see that. Who constantly experiences progress by using the method, that is, determination is the key to success. So by using the speciality of determination, you easily experience success and become a special soul. Excuse me. And when you become a special soul for any task, you automatically receive everyone's blessings. No one gives blessings in a physical way, but this is very subtle, through which the soul is filled with so much of power, and you easily experience success then in your self progress. So always continue to move forward with the awareness that you are an elevated soul who attains success with the greatness of determination and who receives blessings from everyone. So determination will lead to success, and then when we are successful, we receive automatically blessings from everyone. Next, ninth. Your Babdada's special decoration, aren't you? And Baba usually speaks about that. I'm sure it would be some double foreigner soul or souls. Because usually Baba says that the double foreigners are the special decoration of Madhuban. The greatest decoration of all is the jewel on the forehead, Mastak Mani. A jewel on the forehead always sparkle, chamakti hui. So those who become such jewels, constantly sparkling on the forehead, they look so lovely. And through its own sparkle, a jewel becomes the Father's decoration and also gives light to others. So do you always have the aim of becoming such a jewel of the forehead and of making others like that too? So by always having good wishes, you're able to transform the feelings of others. We move on to the 10th, second last for today. You're moving forward with the method of giving instant donation and receiving great charity by following the Father, aren't you? So in Hindi, we call this Turat Dan Mahapunya. Turat Dan means we do instant charity, great charity rather. It's Mahadan, you can say. I'm sorry. Dan is donation. So instant donation, instant great donation, and then you receive Mahapunya, which is great charity. So by using this method in every task, you automatically and constantly experience the stage of being equal to the Father, because then you become a great donor like the Father. So you have become experienced in constantly following the Father in every task from the beginning. Therefore, even now, it is extremely easy to become equal with the same method because you're using the specialities that are merged in you. So it's basically when we become Bap Saman. What is the meaning of Bap Saman? Which means using the specialities which I have similar to Baba. So see, whatever I, the soul, virtues I have, I'm an embodiment. And Baba is a ocean of all those. He's an ocean of all the qualities, virtues, powers, knowledge, etc. So when I have in them in me, but I'm a limited extent, Baba's unlimited. So if I can use those specialities that are actually merged in the soul, if I can emerge them and use them, then it's Baba says it's extremely easy then to become equal to me. The method is just use them. And you will then continue to have the special alaukic experiences of becoming equal to the Father and of also giving this experience to others. And that's what Baba always wants us to do now. That in the end, he says, I should be revealed through your face, through your form, through your characters, through your actions, right? You have automatically received a blessing of this speciality. So now always use this blessing and constantly continue to move forward. And lastly, again, 11th point, you are an elevated soul who uses the power of transformation in an accurate way, aren't you? With this power of transformation, which is parivartan karne ki shakti, you become worthy of receiving everyone's blessings. So there are so many different ways to attain blessings. The last one is power of transformation. The previous one was, I think, in the point number 9 was point number 8, determination, and become successful with the key of determination and receive everyone's blessings. So see, just as when it is completely dark, those who are in darkness give blessings from their heart to someone who gives them even a little light. In the same way, those who use the power of transformation in an accurate way receive blessings from many souls. And everyone's blessings easily make the soul move forward. So this point is very important, that if I change myself, if I transform myself, and looking at my transformation, if someone is inspired to make a change in their life, then I'll definitely receive a blessing, because they will say the thought from theirs will be, he can do, he's so fortunate, and he's a great soul, so why can't I do? So that will be in one way helping the other soul to easily move forward. And if that soul particularly was stuck, was unable to transform, but looking at my transformation, I'm giving them what in Hindi we call tinke ko sahara, which means someone is really drowning, and I'm just giving them one little bit leaflet of support. That is, Baba said, being in darkness, when it's completely dark, not giving them a lot of light, just even a streak of light, a little ray of light will help them to move forward. So always have the awareness that you are a soul who constantly receives such blessings. And then whatever actions you perform, they will be those that bring you more and more blessings, right? Because they have found, or they have their journey of transformation has become easier because of my transformation. So they will always bring you more and more blessings. So this way you receive blessings by performing elevated actions. Always have this awareness that you are a soul who receives blessings from everyone. And this awareness is the method to become elevated. And this awareness becomes instrumental even in benefiting many souls. So always remember that you are a soul who receives blessings from everyone with your power of transformation. So many points we have received. We discussed today 11 minus to 9 points, and every point almost was about being an elevated soul and receiving the power of blessings from others. Okay, Om Shanti. So I'll stop sharing the screen, and you have ample of time today to churn and discuss. We'll spend a moment in silence and start your sharings. So you can go ahead. Thanks.
Om Shanti, brother. My take home message is to fill oneself with all the treasures and powers from Baba and bestow it upon to others, and to keep self aware all the time, and then bestow it upon to others as well. So these are the methods to empower others. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. Yes, Baba's method is that the treasures is given. The only is awareness. Free flowing is flowing of treasures. So that awareness and the karmatic state, alignment state, alignment of thoughts, words, and actions. So this is what it's a function.
Om Shanti. So Baba says determination is the key to success. So when we have determination, that leads to success, automatically brings success to us. So success is everyone seeking in life, but when what happens is when we start doing it and over a period of time we become lazy and then give it up. But here, any profession, right, with determination, we can attain what we want. So here also, when we have determined thought, so sometimes Baba says, raise your hand from your mind, right? So that means the determination should come from the mind. And with that determination, when we do things, then definitely we'll attain success. So this is one takeaway for me for today. Yeah? Thank you.
Om Shanti Manoj Bhai. There were just these 3 points which interested me. One is a Karma Yogi soul. And in Karma Yogi, soul means immediate Dedan, immediate punya. We say, no, we do the act and immediately we get the result. Instant fruit and instant happiness. I perform the action and I get the instant. That is a Karma Yogi soul. Then when he goes to explain the Karma Teat soul, he gives the example of being equal. I always thought karmatit soul is always is equal to being equal. That is, for this also he says you have to be a detached observer. Now, detached observer and karmatit stage, I wanted to know the relation between it because when you are a detached observer, it is just, they say, no, detached, nyara and pyara. We are detached and we are loving to the Father. So at that time, it's an alokik stage. So how can we attain our karmatit stage when we are a detached observer? That I think that was, I don't know which number point it was, but what is this relationship between being a detached observer, which is Nyara and Pyara, and how do I attain the Karmatit stage? Because Karmatit stage, I always thought is equal to being equal to the Father. So can you just, if you can relate it, because there's 2 points. Third point was very clear, where he said, think yourself to be an instrument soul and that the Karavan Har is doing everything. I was taking the relationship between these 3 points, but this detached observer and Karmatit, if you could just connect the relation between it further.
Yes, Om Shanti. So the your question itself also you give the answer in the end. So it's a very beautiful connection that so we need to know, alluding to your first question, that what is this karmatit stage or how is it different from being detached? Or rather, what is the relationship? So karmatit stage is a very elevated stage, and Baba is ever karmatit because basically he's not got a body. So he doesn't get in the bondage of the actions which we perform. And beautifully he said that if you do everything in the consciousness of I being the instrument, that I am Karanhar, but Baba is the Karavanhar. And then absolutely those three things which Brahma Baba was an embodiment of, those were the last three words: egoless, viceless, and incorporeal. So if you look at, we know that I've covered this in the past as well, that ego itself is a big vice. So why does Baba say that separately again? Viceless, in that vice, all the ego, even ego comes. So because, so we say in Hindi, nirvikari and nirahankari. So why did Baba specially say about this ego? Because it's very, very subtle. So whenever I am doing any action, being loving to the Father, I'm being very detached. But when I'm saying I am being detached, so you can see this is such a dangerous statement. I say I. So somehow or the other, the soul can, in a very subtle way, get attached to this I consciousness. I am doing it. I am doing it. And that is a big impediment to developing the karmatit stage. Karmatit stage, we have covered it in the master class. I remember I had spoken on this. I had done in the ABCD format. A to Z, I had got those words related to Karmatit. But it's a big, big, many Murlis on Karmatit. But one thing I remember here is Karavanhar, when I am having this consciousness, I am not doing it. Baba is getting it done through me. So that I immediately is annihilated. It just goes off in the background. And in the foreground comes Baba. So when this happens, then I am absolutely immune from the phal, the instant fruit. So whatever fruit comes out of the knowledge of the service which I am doing, I'm absolutely immune. How much soever success I'm getting, it doesn't bother me because it is not me who's doing it. Baba has got it done through me. So that way, then uh, the I consciousness goes off. I am not attached to whatever is the fruit of the service happening because Baba got it done through me. And this way, then it becomes easy for me to enter the karmatit stage, which is absolutely away from any influence. We not only say influence of Maya, but even influence of this consciousness of I am doing it, or I need this much, or I should be successful. No, success is bought my godfatherly birthright. So I don't need to then worry about that then. And then that is a truly karmati stage where whatever actions you have performed, you are not bound by the outcome of those actions. So that is being truly karmatit. So there are many ways we can connect. So this is what I felt is one good way to connect all those 3-4 points which you spoke about.
Wonderful. I could really get the relation you spoke about, Katie, that is Karmatit. But the new point you just mentioned, so even if I think I'm instrument conscious, even that is an ego, you say, because I an instrument. I thought when I say I am an instrument, I become light. Or now, according to you, what you said, I instrument conscious also makes me heavy. Is that the thing? Even instrument consciousness, I should be careful not to put more burden on I.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for that. And Amy Ben has just put up something come a few minutes ago, that when I transform situations with patience and purity. So she's got out these two beautiful values, which were not there in today's Murli, but she's relating to them. So I transform them with my patience and my purity. I receive many blessings from the souls. And blessings then become spiritual power that helps me move forward easily. Elevated actions automatically bring blessings. So I haven't really heard you, Amy Behan, speak. So do you want to orally share something about your experience about this? You are welcome to. You have all the time today to share.
Yeah, meantime, the strengthening the determination. So sometimes what happens is that see we will think I will do it or we will do it, right? So for example, I will take up the chart. So Baba will say keep chart on everyday's chart what you think and everything. what we do on our day-to-day basis, and then to check the progress. But that also what I see is, um, 1 or 2 days that will go fine, and then slowly the quality comes down. I observe, and sometimes when we are not able to finish or close the day early, or because of so and so reason getting late, then kind of pushing that chart to the next day, or in a hurry to close it in few minutes or few less than a minute sometimes. So the quality gradually coming down. So I think determination, um, sustaining the determination is always, I find it a challenge. So can you share some techniques how this can be, take it up without, losing that interest?
Yeah, so easier said than done, because I don't think we should even go there. This chart business is very difficult. Yeah, you're very right. So I think we just need to put a few more virtues like persistence, consistency. We just have to keep doing it. Like, see, I just reminded me of one of our dadis, and she is a famous dadi. Do you know who's the dadi? Let's see, let what answers come. Who is very well known for even up till the age of 100. So I've given you a big hint that she used to maintain her diary, even, and she's famous for that. And she's not Dadi Janki, just for your information, because otherwise people will say Dadi Janki, because she was the one who lived 104. So quite a few dadis of ours went up to the age of 100. So she was the one. I'm not giving you another, it will be a big hint. So which dadi was it? I have discussed that before also. She used to write her chart diligently, even till the age of 100. Any idea? Mm-hmm.
Then Mohini Dadi.
Yeah, you're right. Was it just a guess? But anyway, it's a good guess. So, yes, Dadi Ratanmani, and I have heard this from Asha Didi. I didn't know about all this because I haven't been in close contact with Dadi Ratanmani, but she said that this is the soul. Her chart was always, always up to the mark. So we have to really get inspired from this soul, that see how she was, and reminds me here that if I look at Dadi Prakash Mani, even those days, uh, a few years ago, I think she left the body last year, if I'm not mistaken, 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong. But before that, from Baba Milan's 3, 4 years ago, every Baba Milan you would see, she was one of the dadis who was always uh, her Brahmani, her caretaker, Leelu Behin, and all those. They used to tell her, Leela Behin rather. She used to say, "La Dadi padho." That's some thing which she wanted to address the gathering, but she never used to do. But she always had a smile on her face. The prasanchit. I think yesterday's slogan, Murli, was all about being prasanchit, being happy. And yesterday in the blessing, Baba said the method to become always happy and cheerful was the awareness of Bhagya and Bhagya Vidhata. So I think she was an embodiment of that happiness. So I think one virtue which we should always remember, which even Dadi Gulzar used to always say, that come what may, let your happiness not go. Then that will help you in maintaining persistence and consistency in your chart making. So that is one thing which I remember. She was always, always a happy soul. And yes, there are no shortcuts. We know in life, if you take a shortcut, you may reach the destination, but the journey of shortcuts usually is not a very good one. We know it is up and downs, bumpy roads. We sometimes feel, yes, we are reaching early, but if you're in a car, it is not good. The wear and tear happens more. So same thing. I mean, we just can't. I'm not saying you're complaining, Bijit Bhai, but I'm just saying we cannot complain. We just have to keep doing it with a lot of attention, awareness, and maybe it is over a period of time. We find it sometimes monotonous, right? That, oh, the same things we are writing. But let's write it with true intention, with true awareness, and the true things. That yes, today, for example, sometimes it happens like evening yoga didn't go very well. बोलते हैं ना योग ही नहीं लगा आज पता नहीं, the mind was like very much distracted, or sometimes your amrit vela is not very nice. So just honestly keep writing it. And other thing which seniors say, that always try to have newness in your yoga. Always sit in the meditation, not that, oh, I am a peaceful soul and then go into the nidra lok. No, uh, let have some lakshya. That means sit with an aim and objective that today I want to experience so and so. So what I have started doing since many years, actually, I always take the blessing. I like the blessing always, the way Baba explains what you, three things are there in the blessing always. First is Baba tells you bhava, which means what you have to become. That's your title or swaman, whatever. And then Baba tells you the method to attain that, second point. And third is the attainment of that method. So, like yesterday, if you remember, it was only two things. There was Prasanchit, Baba said, that was what to become and how to become. The attainment wasn't there. So, yesterday it was have the awareness of your fortune and the bestower of fortune and become always happy. But then there are three things which Baba usually says. So, to give you an example of today's blessing, Baba says, so I just keep churning on that. So today it is about you become, as I mentioned it before. What was it I mentioned? I only forgot so many points. Yeah. So today Baba is saying be double light. That's our double light bhava is our swaman for today. And then how do you do the method is the smriti, awareness of being in the combined form, combined swarup. And through that, what will happen? What attainment will I have? Baba says, uh, your difficult task would become easy. That is the attainment through that. So these three things are there in today's blessing. You can read it later. So then I have to sit down myself and use this blessing. And then one or two points of the blessing, one or two attainments of that blessing, which I can sort of use it in my day. And at the end of the day, see whether I have been able to use it or not. And this way, write down charts. So everything every day is a new day, we know. Try to get inspired from whatever. I just love the blessing because blessings are really amazing. So many different points you get. You can pick up on some point from Sakar Murli and try to experience that point in the day and sit with you at the end. And maybe, I mean, there is no shortcut, as I said, but if you really don't want to write the chart, at least a mental chart should be fine. That yes, I have done this, and I have attained this. So there's no shortcut. I mean, the short answer to this is you have to be persistent, have consistency in your effort, and never let go of your happiness, which reminds me of Dadi Ratan Mohini. Always a very happy soul from the face. We used to always see that. Sorry for the expense.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, yeah.
Vinod, we missed you yesterday, but you just connected it. Baba speaks about remembrance as an entertainment. And in yesterday's point, which we missed you yesterday, was where Baba says sometimes take you as a seed, sometimes become Nure and sometimes that. So we just had a discussion about it like this, like can we take remembrance just to be an entertainment? Because for me entertainment means it's like just a visualization or an animation. Like if I'm a seed, we have that earlier we used to have guided meditation. Seed means going to the down to the tree and then imagining you're a seed. But I was just saying that sounds more like visualization. But you said one word now, become that. You said smriti, the awareness of the swaman. So I used the word, I said it should be a focused visualization, because remembrance, if you just take it as an entertainment, it becomes more of a visualization technique. And visualization depends upon the imagination of the person doing it. Sometimes imagination runs short. So meditation, yesterday this point came to make meditation remembrance as an entertainment. So I just spoke about focused visualization. And I like the point which you just said, we should become that, not just seed. Instead, go to the specialities of the seed. What is the seed? And then you will automatically say you will not remember the seed, but you will become like the power of seed. We just discussed this yesterday. I thought I should just share with you.
Sure, thank you. Right, so a lot of discussions. Anyone else remaining? Otherwise, we'll go in the meditation mode. Thank you. Om Shanti. Thank you. Have a good day ahead.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Manoj Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.